You are Locked On Heat POSTCAST. Part of Locked On Sports Miami on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up, Heat fan? Welcome to your Heat POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. The regular season's over. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. It's all done for Miami. But the second season is just about to start. It's called the play-in. Miami barely scraping in for the third straight year. They're in the play-in. This time they're the number 10 seed. They will go on the road and play Chicago. The Heat get there. How? Well, it didn't matter today anyway, but they rested most of their main key contributors and players today as they fell in the season finale 119-118 to the Washington Wizards. This is your Heat POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, and it begins right now. First things first, Grease let you know that we are free, and that is right. We are free wherever you get your podcast. That means Stitcher, Podbean, iHeart, Apple, you name it. Spotify, we're free. How about YouTube? Obviously, you're watching right now. We're free on YouTube, so smash that subscribe. Hit the bell so you get alerted when we're coming your way with more content, new content, and also come on in, say what up to your boy in the chat. And then, of course, we are free where? You're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. This whole party, we are free on Roku. Over-the-top television. Some would call me over-the-top. No doubt. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $250 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins with FanDuel. Right here on your Heat POSTCAST, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, getting it going, and we got a lot to talk about. Let's get to it, shall we? Heat POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Ding, there it is right there. 119-118, the final score. Nobody beats the Wiz. Ain't nobody gonna beat the Wiz. Nobody beats the Biz. Nobody beats the Biz. Nobody beats the Biz. All right, I'm kidding. Everybody beats the Wiz, by the way. They won 18 games this year, 18-64, but somehow the Heat managed to lose at the buzzer. Bub Carrington, who? Bub, B-U-B, Bub Carrington hits a buzzer beater. I can't make this up. Bub Carrington hits game winner as time expired to lift the Wizards past play-in bound Heat 119-118. And Tristan Vukcevic, 28 points, 11 rebounds. Justin Champagny, 27. It's not even Bob. It's Bub Carrington. Banks in a game winner as time expires. 15 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds for Bubby. As Jaime Jacquez Jr. poured in 41 points, had 10 rebounds and 7 assists for the Heat. Kashad Johnson and Josh Christopher, 17 points each. But guess what happened in the end of this game? At the end of this game. Yeah, here it is. 5 seconds left. The Heat have the lead. 5 seconds left. There's an inbounds pass by the Miami Heat. And Christopher receives the inbounds pass and goes into the backcourt, giving the ball back to Washington. Bub Carrington makes the game winner on the next play. So the Heat, dismal at home this season. Apropos, would it not be? That ending fitting for the Miami Heat this season. Very fitting with the way things have gone on this home court. I think it's better that they're going on the road for the play-in game. Miami, Chicago will face number 8 Atlanta or number 7 Orlando. So Orlando 7, Atlanta 8, right? Miami and Chicago, I got that flipped. Miami's 10, Chicago's 9. Here's what happens. The winner of 7-8 in the playoffs, right? Boom, right there. The winner of Orlando and Atlanta is automatically in the playoffs right there. The loser of Atlanta and Orlando will play the winner of Miami, Chicago. The winner of that game's in, everybody else is out. See what I'm saying? I'm not playing. So that's what's happening right now with the Heat. And it is what it is, right? I mean, it just was not a good year for Miami. And how about the Clippers and the Dubs going at it right now in OT? Looks like the Clippers are going to outlast the Dubs there. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Miami on the road in the play-in game. They just played really well against Chicago. I think they have a great shot to win it. Better on the road than at home. Tyler rested, Bam rested, Wiggins rested. It's going to be a different look with Kevin Love. I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff different for the playoffs. Playoffs, play-in. play-in. I love the play-in in the NBA. So there you have it. That's what's going on with your Heat right now. And just, this is a tough one today. There's been a lot of tough ones this year. And while we got you here, just real quick, hit that subscribe, the bell. You know what I'm saying? Come in and let me know what you think in the comments. What did you think of this season? Up and down and down and up and down, and Jimmy Butler on the Warriors and all that stuff, the petulance and suspensions, and oh man, we got to trade him, and Wiggins comes and he misses more games than he's played since he's been here, and there's all kinds of stuff going on with your Miami Heat. All right, let's take a look at the box score, shall we? The Heat finished 37-45, by the way. The Wizards 18-64. The box score for Miami, Jaime Jacquez Jr., 41 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists went off. 17 points for Johnson, 17 for Christopher, 13 for Kel'el Ware, and 12 for Haywood Highsmith. You only had 6 for Duncan Robinson and 4 for Davion Mitchell, as the Heat kind of took it a little bit easy today. For the Wiz, it was Vucevic and Jones and Champagny. Carrington, of course, had the bank shot to win the game, and there you have it there. Team stats, I mean, it essentially was a game that the Heat didn't play anybody, you know what I mean, with Bam and Tyler out, and I don't like that. You know, you give up your momentum, but 82-game season, the nicks, the bumps, the bruises, the cuts, the scrapes, all those things, and much worse than that on some levels too, right? So here we are, and by the way, that play-in game will be Tuesday. We'll be here right after that with your Heat postcast play-in edition. I keep wanting to say playoffs, play-in edition. So Miami shot 50%. The Wiz shot 51%. From 3, Miami shot only 31%, 10 of 32. The Wizards were 16 of 37. You're a Wiz. 10 of 12 from the line. Heat, Wizards 11 for 17. Rebounds, Miami by 3, 46-33. Assists, 33-28. Washington, turnovers, 11 for Washington, 8 for Miami. Fast break points, 25 for the Heat, 11 for the Wiz. And points in the paint, Miami, 76-46. Jacquez just went off. Largest lead was 12 for the Wiz, 7 for Miami. Miami was an 8.5-point favorite. The total was 215.5. So, yeah, if you had the Wiz and the over, you were doing all right. And almost 20,000 people there for the last game of the season. There you have it. Those are your team stats. This is your Heat postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Today's show, of course, as we told you a little bit earlier, is brought to you by FanDuel, but we have tremendous deals from incredible companies that we get for you by virtue of having 200 plus shows on the network. You get the volume discount, and it's a better discount than you are going to find anywhere else. Still to come, your stars of the game, your turning point, your final score graphic one more time, and we talk about the play-in Heat Bulls, and of course the Heat podcast guys, Locked On Heat podcast, day in and day out. They're going to have a lot more for you as well. Stay here, stay there, stay everywhere, baby, with your Heat postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. And before we hit the break, I want to let you know, and I love this, right? I mean, you guys know how much we pride ourselves in this newsletter, right? The team newsletter right here on your Heat postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Your favorite podcast now is a newsletter, introducing the Locked On Heat Daily Newsletter. One stop for ultimate team and league coverage, Heat and NBA, right in your inbox every day, delivered. Sign up for free now, LockedOnDaily.com. It's LockedOnDaily.com. Start your day with the all-new free Locked On Heat newsletter. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ on social media. 119, 118, the final. There it is. The Washington Wizards beat your Miami Heat in the season finale. Let's give you some deals. Come back and we'll hit the stars of the game and the turning point and much more. It's Heat Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Keep it right here. And let me tell you about Prize Picks. And you guys hear me talk about Prize Picks every day, putting the action on the action, because you can never have enough action, right? Action within the action, within the action, on top of the action. Basketball, hockey playoffs heating up, and there's no better way to turn your sports knowledge into real rewards than with Prize Picks. The easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy. With Prize Picks, you simply pick more or less on at least 2 player projections, and voila, you're in. You can even combine players across sports, basketball, hockey, baseball, and more for your chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash. And this is dope, no doubt about that, right? With Prize Picks, you pick more or less, you can win up to 2,000 times your cash. Here's what I'm picking this week. My name is Luca. I'm going to score more than 28 points. And Jason Tatum for more than 8 rebounds on the basketball side. Hockey, how about Connor McDavid for more than 1 goal and Austin Matthews for more than 5 shots on goal? What I love is how easy it is to set up your lineup in under 60 seconds. Prize Picks even runs cool promos like Taco Tuesday, where they discount player projections up to 25% for even more value, and payouts are safe, fast, and secure. The script's a little long. Download the app today. Use code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 off instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup on Prize Picks. Run your game. There you have it. And Prize Picks, of course, a great sponsor of ours, getting the action on the action. Well, what are you going to do with all that money you win? How about this? Spring is here, and that means it's home project season. That's right. Whether you're refreshing a room or tackling a full renovation, Wayfair is the best-kept secret for all things home improvement. Wayfair, W-A-Y-F-A-I-R. Get it? Wayfair. It's Wayfair. From small updates like stylish cabinet hardware to major upgrades like new vanities, sinks, or outdoor lighting, Wayfair has quality projects for every budget, products for every budget, and projects, right? I just upgraded my kitchen, and yeah, with Wayfair, the selection was incredible. You should see the table and chairs I got there. Free and fast shipping made it so easy, no hauling heavy items from the store. I love that they have top brands like GE, Moen at great prices. Shopping seamless. I found exactly what I needed to fit my space and my style. Wayfair makes home improvement easy. Get started now at wayfair.com. That's W-A-Y-F-A-I-R, wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. On the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, and we got one more for you. And you know where I am going with this one. At least I think you do. The NBA playoffs, oh, so close. The Heat start playing on Tuesday. FanDuel's giving new customers an incredible way to get in on the action right now. Hey, it's your tomorrow. It's everything. When you join FanDuel and place your first $5 bet, you get $250 in bonus bets if your bet wins. I love how FanDuel does this. They make betting so easy, whether it's picking my favorite team, diving into player props, from three-pointers to steals to assists. FanDuel has so many ways. I can only kick it to you like this, in so many ways, to bet your favorite player props, Warren G. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com and claim your $250 in bonus bets. Today is the greatest love of all. I think that's the words to that song. Who knows? We're having a great time. We're singing today. The season's finally over. And I will say this. What's up, Miami Heat Zone? I'll say this, all right? 37-45. You're in the play-in. You're taking on the Bulls. About where you would have expected this season to end up, right? Will they make the playoffs? You got to win 2. You got to win 2 against the combination of Chicago and the winner of Orlando and Atlanta. Can you do it? Yes. Are you better equipped to do it on the road? I think so. The rest, the rotation for the playoffs, yeah, I think with the practices they have coming up tomorrow's practice will be interesting, right? With Kevin Love and everything working his way into the rotation, and Wiggins, we'll see how healthy he is. Mitchell's really come along great. Anderson, the way things have been going with this team, and they're getting that flow down in that rotation, I don't think they make it into the playoffs out of the play-in, but that's just me. You know what I mean? And they did last year, and they did the year before. Obviously made it all the way to the NBA Finals in 2023, losing to the Nuggets. And how crazy is it that they fired Malone? How about Memphis and Denver just virtually guaranteeing their fans that they have no shot to win a championship? And I know the Heat really don't either. The East is interesting, though. How far will the Knicks go? What about the Pacers as a dark horse? Are the Cavs really that good? We'll find out. The Celtics, we know they have been. Will they be this year? The East is going to be phenomenal. And the Heat looking to play their way in. And if that's the case, play against maybe the Cavs in the first round. But we'll see. It's going to be fun. Tuesday is going to be a lot of fun with the play-in. Some of those top teams get a rest. And, Miami doesn't really need that rest right now, I don't think. I think Miami needs to keep playing and get that mojo back, baby. Oh, behave. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Here we go. We got a couple things to do in a short time to do it. First things first, let's do this.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
You only get one shot. Lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it with 5 seconds left, Josh Christopher goes backcourt. The Heat are up 1, and they give the ball away on the backcourt, and then Bub banks one in. You lost a game on a bank shot from a guy named Bub after your 96th stringer went backcourt. That was what this game was like for the Miami Heat, and it really didn't have any impact on what they were doing. It had no impact whatsoever on what they were doing with the play-in, which leads me to, speaking of having an impact today,
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
and here he is. Are we ready? Up and down year. He had an injury, a while back around January when he was playing really well, went out for a while, never really started playing the same again, but he's had some real bright spots this year. Coming off that rookie campaign a year ago, I would think he might be a part of a trade package this offseason with the draft picks they have and the embarrassment of Richards that they have in the cupboard to try to bring a star in here so they have someone to close out games. But for this game, Jaime Jacquez Jr. was the star of the game for the Miami Heat, and there's no doubt about it. He almost had a triple-double. I say almost a triple-double. Not really almost a triple-double, but kind of. 41 points, 10 rebounds, so that's almost a triple-double considering he had 7 assists, right? Though 3 assists, that's a lot, but 3 assists shy of the triple-double for Jaime Jacquez Jr. with the career high. 41, he dropped 40. So that means Tyler Hero, Andrew Wiggins, I could be wrong, and Jacquez are the 3 guys who scored 40 this year for Miami. Jimmy didn't do it while he was here. So there's a trivia question right there, but Jaime Jacquez Jr. is your player of the game. How about this Heat and Bulls matchup? I mean, think about this, right? Heat and Bulls. The Bulls were really good against the Heat this season, especially in the fourth quarter. Giddey dominated them. I mean, look, Kobe was really good. Kobe White down the stretch in those games this year, but it's been about the Heat taking leads into the fourth quarter against the Bulls and then losing them in those fourth quarters. And the last time they played, just last week, the Heat were ahead earlier in the game in the second and the third quarters, playing really well. Bulls caught them, had the lead into the fourth, and the Heat played pretty well in the fourth of that game, but weren't able to catch them and pass them. So the Wizards, they have a good chance of being the number 1 pick in the draft coming up. And Miami, who knows, with the play-in coming up on Tuesday. So the Miami-Chicago winner will travel to face number 8 Atlanta or number 7 Orlando. So that will be on Tuesday night. We'll be here right after that game with your Heat Postcast. Until then, keep your game tight and your mind right. And thank you, as always, for being here on your Heat Postcast. The Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, 119-118. The Wizards beat the Heat. Miami in the play-in Tuesday. We'll talk to you then after the game. Thank you.